So this is another iteration of whenever I get on here and I gush about an album that I really, really like. Either one that I like is my guilty pleasure, either one that I love, and this is another one of my favorites, Slime and B. This album immediately sold me at the intro, Say You Love Me. Fantastic Murda Beats production, amazing Young Thug verse, amazing Chris Brown verse. Young Thug hitting great melodies and fun rapping the whole album. Chris Brown had great singing on the whole project. This album's just fun in my opinion. It's so much fun. Excuse me, like the Young Thug album. But anyway, my only minor problem, I'm gonna go ahead and get it out the way. My only minor problem is the features besides Gunna and Lil Duke aren't that good. And Future on Help Me Breathe is pretty good, but Gunna and Lil Duke on like Big Slimes and She Bumped Her Head are actually really good features, and I love both of those songs. Chris Brown to me sounds amazing. The whole project, I wish it had more songs with both of them because them together sounds so good. There's like a great dynamic there. The production sounds crazy. There's a lot of variation across the whole project. One of the first albums that I really listened to when I was starting to dive into music, because it dropped around that same time. It was one of those first albums. Whenever I was like, oh, I'm really liking rap music. I love listening to albums. I really want to get into this. I think it's still up. I don't really remember because a lot of my early reaction to albums, like when I first started doing it on YouTube, was that Slime and B was actually my first one. That is when I didn't know how to edit videos, so I just like put like the hour long reaction to the whole song and everything on there. I know quite a few of those have been taken down because obviously that's copyright. That's begging for a copyright claim. So it might still be up. If it is, then you can go watch it. If it's not, then just know that I enjoyed most of it. I still go back and listen to this album here and there and a lot of the songs off of it. I wish it would have sold better, because that way there could have been maybe more, or they could have done like a vinyl release maybe. This album never got made physically, which really disappoints me, because if they would have released that first cover that they did, because the album changed covers like midway through it being released. I loved the first cover. It should be like, it'll probably be on the actual like cover of like the thumbnail because I prefer it over the actual one. And the actual one's pretty good too, so that's like saying a lot. I like them both, but I really love the first one. I think I would say Young Thug is probably my favorite part of this project. I think he's just wild on here. But Chris Brown on songs like Animal, he's great on Go Crazy. Love it. Trap Back is a good song. City Girls, great, fantastic song. Just a great feeling. I love Young Thug on She Bumped Her Head. He's even better on Big Slimes. She done bumped her head. That's so catchy. I can't sing it all, but I can't do it justice. You need to go listen to it yourself. But the whole project is just filled with moments like that, and it's fantastic. It's great. I really wish it would have sold more. I don't really remember why it sold bad. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure there's a reason. Sometimes this a project don't sell that good. I feel like I don't remember it ever being that like promoted. Like that, like I don't think that many people really promoted it. I also kind of feel like that's a very random collab album. Out of all the duos that Young Thug has, like I don't even think Young Thug is featured on that many Chris Brown songs, or the other way around. So hearing that they're gonna drop a whole mixtape together is a little like, what, really? That kind of caught me off guard, because have they been on each other's songs since that tape? None. No song like really pops out to me as really standing out that they've been together on. So I don't think they have. Wait, is there a Chris Brown song on Punk? There might be. I don't think there is though. I don't believe there is. So I think that could have definitely had something to do with low album sales. And it only sold like 24K, I'm pretty sure, which, I mean, isn't. If you put 20,000 of an album in a room together, that's a lot. But for both of these artists, that is kind of low. because they both have #1 albums. They both sell a lot. Chris Brown's obviously an R&B legend. Young Thug is a hip hop legend. It definitely should have and had the potential to sell more. I think the features on here. I mean, E40, Major 9. If it would have had maybe more big time features, more bigger names on here. I do know that Go Crazy definitely started popping off after that first week sales. So it probably had like a second week surge or a third week surge, or at least like it could have if the album would like if the song would have been popular like at the right time. Whenever they made the music video for it is noticeably whenever it was like a lot more popular, because they did the Go Crazy and Say You Love Me music video like back to back, and then they did they did the City Girls one. Fantastic. And Animal, I love Animal. Animal has a special place in my heart. It's one of my favorite songs on the project. Just this whole album, for me, really is no skips. Another tiny little negative. I know I said I only had one earlier, but another one just popped into my brain. Every once in a while, Chris Brown will say a silly little bar. You know, I'm pretty sure this is the album where he says hickory dickory, the hickory dickory line, and that's, ooh, I don't, that ain't good. I mean, it's kind of just, it's silly, and I don't think, I mean, that's kind of like a silly song that it's on. I don't remember which one it is, but I remember like the beat of it. I remember the verse, you know. So obviously, when you have little lines like that sprinkled here and there, it's a little, makes you like raise your brow. You're like, really, Chris? Like, you didn't need to say that, Chris Brown. You did not need to say that at all. But like I said, this is a fantastic project that I wish was more successful, so there was more like possibility of this collaboration. But this is a really, really well made project. And Young Thug and Chris Brown are a fantastic duo that should make more music. If you enjoyed this video and you want to show more support, obviously you can hit that sub button. You can like the video. You can comment under the video if you also really like this album. And I have a Patreon you can join for about once a month, where if you are a member of it, you would have seen this video early. Or if you want to buy merch, there will probably be more merch like tomorrow. But or actually no, I'm doing more merch like tomorrow at the time of recording this. So whenever you go look, there'll probably be a lot more merch on there. I'm in a shirt making mood. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that element. But anyway, you can listen to my music on Spotify. I plan on dropping a song like next month or so. So, and enjoy.